Hey everybody, welcome to another live video that I'm doing. This one's going to be mostly involving what happened at the Royal Rumble and the aftermath. Pretty much the problems that happened at the Royal Rumble and afterwards from the mistakes that were being made and why many people are so upset with the decisions they made at the Royal Rumble, at least with the Royal Rumble match, and why many wanted Daniel Bryan to be the one to win the Royal Rumble match. And well, before I get started with the fallout, I'm going to talk about what happened at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So we had three tag team matches. The first one was questionable. The second one was not bad. It was a good tag team title match. The third one, a Divas tag team title, Divas match. Sorry, that was. I think I would prefer the first match than this one. And the World Championship match. Oh my God, that was such an awesome match. I mean, we got to see Brock Lesnar defend his World Championship against John Cena and Seth Rollins. I will admit that when Brock Lesnar won the championship and didn't defend it after Night of Champions, I was, upset because Brock should be defending that title every single month. Because that's what a champion is supposed to do. Every 30 days, you have to within the 30 days you have to defend that title. If you don't, you're stripped the championship. But after seeing his performance at the Royal, it was probably worth the wait. I enjoyed watching Brock dominate the match. I love how Seth Rollins being added to this match made it more awesome. John Cena, love him or hate him, he was able to go out there and go up against both these guys and was able to give a good match too. I love how well three of these guys did, and Brock Lesnar, if he really did suffer a broken rib, then take as much time as you need to, but hopefully you'll be ready by WrestleMania because we'll be looking forward to seeing that match between you and well, I'm one of those people that's looking forward to it, especially who is facing Brock. That's when we get to the Royal Rumble match. Oh my God, I love the Royal Rumble match, but this year, well, I have to admit, at least it wasn't like last year where Batista won the Rumble. This year, the winner was different, and many people were upset by it, but I can't blame him. I can't blame him for being upset. So we had Daniel Bryan enter the Royal Rumble. I think he came in number 10, and he only lasted about 10 minutes, I think. 10 minutes before he was eliminated by Bray Wyatt. I mean, when he came out, the fans erupted. Everyone was chanting, yes, yes, yes. But when Bryan got eliminated, oh my God, the mood died down, way down. I mean, they were upset. They didn't want Bryan to be eliminated, but he was. And after that, everybody started getting booed when they came out the Royal Rumble, including Roman Reigns, who ended up winning the Royal Rumble match. But you know what? I can't blame the fans for being upset that someone who's not Daniel Bryan did not win the Royal Rumble. I get that, okay? I really do. But, in some ways, maybe this was a good decision. But what happened during this match, I think, was a bad decision by WWE. They should have kept Bryan in this match at least till the very end. Then Roman Reigns could have won it. That would have been great. But no, instead they decided to have it be the Final Four be Big Show, Kane, Roman Reigns, and Rusev, who was on the outside. Not eliminated, but he was on the outside. And he stayed out there for, I think, after he got knocked down into under the ropes. So yeah, just leaving it just those three guys. Two of them not very popular. One of them who's a babyface is popular, but is not getting cheered by the fans because they were still pissed off by Bryan being eliminated. So just having that kind of combination in this match, especially with a heated crowd like the fans in Philadelphia, you've got a match that's going to end badly one way or another. The Rock came out to help Reigns after he eliminated Big Show and Kane. They came back into the ring to attack him. Rock came out to make the save. As soon as they were gone and Rock got out of the ring, Rusev came back in. Reigns ducked a clothesline, hit a spear, and eliminated Rusev. Congratulations, Reigns, on winning the Royal Rumble match. This is where fans got still booed loudly at Reigns. I mean, even with The Rock in the ring, even after raising his hand in victory, they still did not give, okay? And I feel bad for Roman Reigns, okay? It's not his fault that Daniel Bryan got eliminated so quickly. It's not his fault that other favorites like Dean Ambrose and Ziggler got eliminated, and it was just down to him, Big Show, and Kane, two of which are really should retire soon. It's not his fault, but it still happened, and I can't blame fans for feeling this way. But still, I don't feel bad for WWE for doing this because this was their mistake. They should have learned their lesson from last year. They should have known. They knew what was going to happen if they eliminated Bryan, but they still went through it thinking there was no consequence. But look what happened. They got the fans started trending to to no longer subscribe with WWE Network, to cancel the WWE Network. And many of them complained that WWE were not letting them be canceled, that their accounts are not being canceled, even when they're saying they don't want to be part of it anymore. So, yeah, I really feel bad for Reigns, but I don't feel bad for WWE. This was their mistake, and they blew it. Now for the fallout. We were supposed to have Raw the next night, but due to the snowstorm that was going on, to the blizzard, WWE could not have Raw, so they decided to have a special where they showed the Royal Rumble match and the World Championship match on Raw, at least live and for free. So that was probably a good decision right there, but still, I'm sure no one cares about Reigns winning the Rumble. But yeah, during that show, we had Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns get their interviews, and we even had at the end Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar confront each other. Now, I know many people were upset with Reigns winning it. I was questionable. I was questionable about this decision, about Reigns winning it. But when we had that confrontation between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman was doing all the talking, I like Paul Heyman. He did a great job with this promo. He was asking Roman Reigns this question, this long question, just pretty much making this rivalry look good. And I have to admit, I like the promo he gave about Reigns' family and talking about The Rock, how Rock was afraid to face Brock again. And Reigns decided, I'm not going to answer to you. I'm going to answer to Brock. He turns over to Brock and answers his question. And I like that little, promo he gave to Brock. Brock then got up from his seat. Reigns got up too. He didn't flinch. He just got up as well. And I saw something there. It may have been for a moment, but I saw something between these two, like face to face. And I'm thinking, WWE may be onto something here. They may be onto something with this decision. And in a way, I think it looks good. And Brock saying, extended his hand. Reigns shook it, and Brock's telling him, Paul Heyman may respect you, but I don't. And Reigns just tells him just these few words: "You will." And that's how they ended between these two. And I have to say, just seeing that, oh my God, I actually love it. I actually am looking forward to seeing these two go at it at WrestleMania. I am looking forward to it. We find out Triple H has something planned for Raw next week about the Royal Rumble match, but I'm not focusing on that right now. I'm focusing on, will this rivalry between Reigns and Brock be good? Will it lead to a great match at WrestleMania? I believe if WWE focuses on Paul Heyman doing all the talk for Brock, and they have Brock, to maybe give a little more speeches as well, and even help Reigns with his mic skills, then also add in some more wrestling moves within this guy, because he's only got a few and he needs some more. If they do this right and they do all that I just mentioned right, then I guarantee you, we will see an awesome match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns one-on-one at WrestleMania. Now, is there any kind of downfall with this, rivalry if they don't do it right? Yes, it won't be good. It will not lead to a great championship match at WrestleMania. I guarantee you, if they don't do it right, they will fuck things up, and that's not good. That's not what WWE should be doing. Okay, they need to have a good storyline leading up to WrestleMania. Okay, so they gotta work fast and make sure Reigns is ready. Okay, he has to be ready to be the man to hold that championship. Now on to Daniel Bryan. Should he be in this championship match at all? Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to deny Daniel Bryan's a great wrestler. He is without question one of the best WWE has. But my concern is about his injury. Now, I think WWE may have made a right decision about Bryan not winning the Rumble. Hear me out. Bryan, you have to remember, last year suffered a neck injury, and after that, he also had other surgeries as well. So I can understand why they didn't give Bryan the victory at the Royal Rumble. You got to remember, this guy suffered many injuries last year. Well, he suffered a neck injury, and he had surgeries from what I heard many times. So I can understand why they don't want Bryan to, win the Rumble and go on to face Brock. I can understand that. I mean, if this would happen last year, if Bryan didn't get injured and did face Brock like they were supposed to, then we would have had an awesome match. But let's not forget, Brock he's a tough guy. He is vicious, okay? You saw what happened last year with The Undertaker. He injured The Undertaker so badly that the guy had to be, sent to the hospital. He collapsed and was put in the back of the ambulance and went to the hospital. So I can understand why they don't want to put Bryan one-on-one with this guy. All right, because he will probably get hurt. And if Bryan, by some miracle, did win the championship again at WrestleMania against Brock, he would have been short-lived. And that is not what's best for business. I can understand that. But does that mean Bryan should not be added to this championship match at all? What's going to happen with Bryan? I keep thinking the possibilities of matches for Bryan to have at WrestleMania. I have no idea what kind of match they can give this guy, but I honestly think that Bryan should be added to the championship match, at least to help make this match good. I think, and this is my point of view, I say at WrestleMania it should be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan versus maybe one more guy, maybe Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose. I don't know, one of those guys. Anything that can make this match good, because you got to remember the reason they added Seth into the World Championship match or the Royal Rumble was because they knew Brock and Cena was not going to be good at all. They knew that the fans were not going to look forward to this match because they know how it's going to end. Brock's going to kick Cena's ass. And it's true. So if you add in a guy who's got great talent, who is, someone that the fans can hate or can cheer for, and is someone that can have some great matches with these two guys, then I say add him in. And that's what they did. They added Seth Rollins into the match, and it worked. It worked with if they did well with the storyline with him being involved, and it worked. So if they do this right, if they have Bryan do the same thing, and maybe add in one more guy into this, then we will have a good match a good championship match. But I still wouldn't mind seeing Brock and Roman Reigns go one-on-one. I think that would be better. But if WWE are concerned about the fans, not wanting to see that match and they want Bryan in, then fine, add Bryan in. But in my view, if Bryan wants to be in the main event, he needs to earn that spot, okay? Last year, he got in it because the fans wanted him in it. And we're glad. We're glad. It led to a great rivalry. But the problem is you can't expect the fans to do the same thing again. We can't have every year fans saying, we want this guy to be in the World Championship match, or else we're not going to watch WWE anymore. They can't do that, okay? They did last year because it worked. This time, they can't do that. They can't give in to the fans. If the fans don't like this decision, I'm a fan, okay? I would like to see Bryan in the main event in the World Championship match. But I also want to give other guys that opportunity as well. It's not often that we have a guy like Roman Reigns, a young guy, be in the main event. It's not often we see Brock Lesnar, who isn't John Cena, be in the main event. It's not often that we get young guys the opportunity to go up against a veteran for the championship, for a world championship. It's not often we see that, especially when it's two guys that can probably have a good match one-on-one. Now, I'm not saying Daniel Bryan doesn't deserve to be in the main event. I'm just saying that Daniel Bryan should not depend on the fans to get him to the main event. He needs to get there himself, okay? He needs to get to that main event level again. Yes, he is a main event guy, but I'm just saying that he should not depend on the fans to get him to that world championship match again. He needs to earn that, okay? Roman Reigns earned it. This guy got his ass kicked by Big Show and Kane, so I think he earned it. Roman Reigns, I can see him going up against Brock Lesnar one-on-one. Daniel Bryan, if he wants to be in that championship match, he needs to earn it and have a good storyline that goes with it to make sure it works, okay? It has to. It can't be like last year, okay? It can't be like last year where Bryan got in because he got the fans to help him get there, okay? Otherwise, it's not going to work again, okay? They did that before, okay? They did that with The Rock and John Cena too, okay? They thought if they could have a repeat but make it Cena's redemption, then the fans would like it and it would work. It didn't, okay? The fans were not happy with Cena winning the match. They didn't want to see Cena versus Rock. It didn't work, okay? So, yeah, so if they do that, if they repeat the same kind of storylines, it's not going to work, okay? If they do it differently, if they do it right, then it would work. But yeah, like I said, if Bryan wants to be in the championship opportunity, he needs to make sure the storyline works and get there himself. That's it, okay? That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So yeah, Roman Reigns, I think it was a good decision that he won, but the way they did it was bad. The aftermath of what's been going on Raw and SmackDown was good, and I am looking forward to seeing what happens next week and as we get to WrestleMania. We're only 2 months away, guys. We're 2 months away, so let's hope this year will be good. I think that's it. If you guys have some questions or some comments, leave them below and let me know what you think. Take care and see you all next time.